Our top story this morning, wildfires raging on opposite ends of California are being blamed for at least 31 deaths. North of San Francisco, the Camp Fire has killed 29 people, tying it as the deadliest wildfire in the state's history. Authorities say with hundreds more still unaccounted for, the death toll may rise. Here's a live look of the fire in Malibu, California as we speak. CBS's Tom Hansen has the details.
Just hoping that somehow they're watching or somebody is watching that has seen them.
Within minutes of putting out a plea for help on live TV to find his grandfather, John Warner's phone blew up.
Overwhelming joy, just so ecstatic.
His grandfather was at a shelter. It's some good news in Northern California, where the still raging Camp Fire has killed more than 24 people.
Two of my friends right now are missing, one from Magalia, one out of Paradise, and I'm hoping it ain't one of the body counts.
Search and rescue teams in the town of Paradise are working with a mobile DNA lab to identify remains.
We're just going door to door, house to house, looking for families, loved ones that are missing.
This is not the new normal. This is the new abnormal.
California Governor Jerry Brown is asking President Trump to declare a major disaster to bolster federal aid. He also responded to the president's tweet blaming the deaths on the state's forest management.
Managing all the forests in every way we can does not stop climate change. And those who deny that are definitely contributing to the tragedies that we're now witnessing.
Welcome to my home in Malibu.
In Southern California, the deadly Woolsey Fire has destroyed dozens of homes, including some in the celebrity community of Malibu. Actor Gerard Butler posted this video, and reality TV star Camille Grammer wrote on Instagram that her home couldn't be saved. Tom Hansen, CBS News.
Officials say it's been more than 200 days since some areas in Northern California last received even half an inch of rainfall. And what could potentially make the fires in the south even more widespread, strong Santa Ana winds, which typically gust between 50 and 60 miles per hour, are expected today and tomorrow. Some of Montana's very own have headed out to help fight the fire. Close to 100 firefighters and about 20 fire engines have been requested. Crews from Columbus, Red Lodge, Missoula, Big Sky, and Bull Lake all hit the road to California over the weekend. Columbus Fire Chief Rich Cowger was at a conference in Florida this weekend, but took the time to talk to Q2 about the choice to send out the crews.
That's what we do. And the fire service in particular, I mean, it's a time at a conference down here where we talk about we're family and what we do, what our mission statements are, protecting the citizens that we serve, and those folks in California are having the ultimate of bad days, and in fact they've had the ultimate of bad days for quite a period of time now. I think for our department alone, this is our third deployment down to California. That's the main concern, and that's why they're going down there, not only to stay, for them themselves to stay safe, but help other folks that are down there. Those guys, those firefighters are getting overworked and overwhelmed and everything. So that's the whole part of the purpose, is to keep those guys down there safe as well.
In other news, a Whitefish man is in stable condition after being attacked by a bear northwest of Columbia Falls. The Flathead 911 Center received a report of a bear attack just before 9:30 Sunday off of Trumbull Canyon Road. Two males were reportedly hunting when one was attacked. The victim, a 36-year-old Whitefish man, was hoisted from the scene by two bear and delivered to the alert helicopter. He was flown to Kalispell Regional Medical Center, where he is listed in stable condition. The incident remains under investigation by the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks Wildlife Human Attack Response Team. All around the country, Americans are honoring military personnel for Veterans Day. Sunday marked the 100th anniversary of the end of the Great War, or World War I. MSUB and the Friends of the Yellowstone National Cemetery Board hosted the Day of Remembrance. Montana This Morning's Ed McIntosh hosted the event Sunday that included a Purple Heart dedication along with some traditional military remembrances. Mike Stevens is a retired 13th Master Chief Petty Officer of the U.S. Navy. He grew up in Arlee, Montana, and shared his thoughts on Veterans Day.
It's always important to remember what military service is, what it means to our country, and reminds us not to take our liberties for granted, and that there's a lot of people that have sacrificed a great deal over the course of the history of our country.
It's an especially important day today because it's also 100 years ago from armistice, when the end of at the end of World War I.
This happens to be a bigger event with the 100th anniversary of Armistice Day. As World War I, it was the war to end all wars, and we know we've seen successive wars after that.
The town of Roberts has been observing Veterans Day for an entire week. Citizens began putting out crosses along Highway 212 a week ago for veterans who have died. Dog tags are put out for military personnel who are still alive. The crosses and dog tags are a strong symbol in the community.
I can't express words to think that what I thought was going to be a very small thing has grown into this. It's just very emotional and so much pride.
The end of World War I was also remembered on the Yellowstone County Courthouse lawn Sunday.
Begin.
The disabled American veterans rang the bell 21 times and had a gun salute. The bell was put on the original courthouse in 1905. The ringing coincided with the end of World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918.
Over 6